Good morning, Africa. Once more, I am in Windhoek and probably rounding up my tour of Windhoek before I make way to Swakopmund and Walvis Bay. Now, the reason I've chosen this location today is because we're going to talk about a very massive, a huge business opportunity that exists in the specific point where I'm standing. Now, this is in central Windhoek, and I have chosen this location because of all the several businesses, all the big shops in Windhoek are found in this area. Now, this is a very historical site for Windhoek because it holds a lot of history. Behind me, as you can see, are offices, banks, small businesses. All these people are looking for certain services that they currently do not have. And we are going to introduce you to some of those businesses and why we chose this location. Also, on my left hand side is a church which holds a lot of history that comes from the pre-colonial era, and what the people in this country suffered to put the structure that you now see up. Again, behind me is a museum. This is a war museum in Windhoek, and this museum as well holds a huge history of this country. In there is buried facts of war heroes that made this country free today. Now, the reason we're talking about this area is because it holds a very, very huge business potential. And we are calling on Africans to seize the opportunity to maximize it and operate from this area. We couldn't have learned about why this place makes a lot of business sense or why you are encouraged to invest in this area if we didn't meet the lady that we're going to talk to in a few seconds from now. So please, if you could join me in welcome Zelda.
Yes.
Could you please introduce yourself?
Hi, my name is Zelma.
Zelma.
Yes.
Yes. Please, Zelma, tell us, who are you?
So I am a tour guide in Namibia. I've
Yes.
been doing guiding for around about almost 8 years, going to the 9th year this year.
Okay.
Yes.
And while we were speaking off air, you did mention that you can speak 5 local languages. Is that correct?
Yes, I can speak 5 local languages.
Could you name them for us?
So Damra, Oshivambu, a little bit of Herero. I'm not really fluent in Herero.
Okay.
Kavango
Yes.
and Setswana.
Setswana, which is pretty much
Exactly like the one in Botswana, because
Okay.
we also have a tribe that's Tswana people in Namibia. Yes.
Okay. And you also did mention that you can speak a few foreign languages.
Yes, so I do mostly the Asian languages, like
Yes.
the Korean,
Yeah.
a little bit of Chinese, a little bit of Japanese. And my German is not that fluent, but I can go to a place with the German.
Okay.
Yes.
The reason why we're talking about this is we want to let you guys know that when you're in Windhoek, your go-to person is Zelma. She understands Windhoek, and not just that. Her knowledge of the country, the history of this country exceeds your expectations. She would take you all over the city, but also she can connect you to the right people, the right places, where you can actually make your stay in Windhoek really, really enjoyable. Now, you did mention something about this church.
Yes.
Can you give us a small background history about this church?
So the church behind you is known as the German Lutheran Church.
Okay.
It was the first foundation stone was laid in 1904.
Okay.
There was a war, a genocide that happened between the Nama and the Oshiherero with the Germans, so they stopped the building of the church.
Okay.
By 1908, they started rebuilding the church. In 1910, the church was finally completed.
Yes.
So everything on the church came from Germany: the bells, the clocks, the doors. The only thing that came from Italy is the marble stone that's at the entrance of the door.
Okay.
And then the sandstone that the church is built with is very local. It has been mined by the Damra people back then. This mine is now closed,
Yes.
but back then they used to mine the stone. It's known as the sandstone.
Sandstone.
Yes.
Okay.
It's the only thing that's local on the church.
It's the sandstone.
It's the sandstone.
And where is it coming from?
It's coming from a small dam called the Wahab Dam, a little bit east to the city.
But also in Namibia.
But in Namibia.
Okay, perfect. All right, and like I said, behind us is a war museum, which we're not going to focus a lot on, but I will tell you why we're talking about this museum. Now, in high season, we have plus minus 150 visitors from all over the world who come to this museum, and there is no off season in Namibia, so it's a very, very touristic site. Visitors flow in here from all over the world to come and visit this place, which is the reason why we are sitting here now. Now, Zelda is an entrepreneur in her own right, and she has this piece of land which she thinks is standing aloof, but which can generate a lot of income. Now, we're putting it out there because she would like to have someone, an investor, a serious investor, who can partnership with her or invest in the idea that she has.
Yep.
Now, Zelda, can you tell us exactly what you plan for this piece of land, and why do you think someone should invest in this place?
So why I think someone should invest in this piece of land is because it's a very tourist attraction here. Yeah. Already you have the church, the museum, and then the building behind us. So this place has a lot of tourists coming and going. Why I want to do something on this piece of land is because I want to do like a coffee shop, a craft market, information center. Yeah. This is going to attract a lot of tourists up here and keep tourists up here most of the time.
Okay.
So if you have something to bring here, a lot of people would definitely come here. So that's why I really am interested in this piece of land.
Excellent. And I'm gonna go further and say the place where we are standing has a lot of traffic, which is why she has earmarked this. Now, she spends a lot of her time in the museum that you see, the war museum that you see directly behind us, and she sees the number of guests that come in and out of the country, and she understands. So she sees the number of guests that come in and out of this place. She understands how much money can be made by having a coffee shop. But I'm going to go further and say, if you go around Windhoek or just directly behind us, is a bunch of offices. There are banks, there are local businesses, and all these people, they need something in their offices. Sometimes they don't really have the opportunity to go out. One of the things that we earmarked is the absence of a proper delivery service.
Yeah.
So we are saying most of the shops in Windhoek, in central Windhoek, they do not offer delivery. And Zelma is saying with a delivery app, we will not only serve the visitors that come to the church, the visitors that come to the museum, but they will also be able to serve all the offices around who are sometimes lazy to just go out of their offices and walk to the shops that are nearby.
Yeah.
Is there something you would like to add on that?
So with that would be very convenient for a lot of, especially people that work in the offices.
Yes.
So I am connected with some people in banks, and
Yes.
they have this idea of if someone can just bring up a coffee or a snack or something to eat, that would be very convenient, not to walk up and down.
Okay.
So if something of if an app is introduced to them,
yes,
they will definitely link on it, and that's already another different kind of market that you're selling to. So
Okay.
you have the foreign market and also the local market.
Okay.
So with an app, everybody can just link on the app and then just get to us easily.
All right, and to add to that, let me explain to you how apps work. Now, I'm sure a lot of you already know, but the presence of an app in any community makes delivery transactions very easy. Now, this is something that is missing in Central Windhoek. I am sure there are one or two, but from all the restaurants that I've been to and the times that I've been in the lodges where I'm lodged, we have not been able to order food to be delivered directly to the places where we reside. Now, Zelma is coming up with this idea where someone can come in. Number one, we can make very good use of the land that is standing here, take advantage of all the people that walk through these doors, the church and the museum, and also the offices that are directly behind us who would like to order coffee, smokes, and whatever they would feel like, sandwich. So we're looking at putting up a small structure here, and she is going to the municipality to get all the permits. She is a citizen of the country, and she has been given that guarantee that if she can put this land into good use, she will be given the land for a very protracted period of time. So we are saying, if you would like this opportunity to partnership with her or to invest in this idea, please do reach out to us. We have all her contact details. But also remember, if you're looking at taking a full tour of Windhoek, Zelma is the right person to go to. Any last words from you?
So I will give you all of my contact details,
Yes.
including pamphlets of the city tours and what I offer.
Yeah.
A business card where you can contact me directly or send an email if you are interested in coming into the city. We do have also airport transfers, picking
Okay.
up and dropping and welcoming you at the airport.
Okay.
I do the whole entire country tours,
Okay.
where you go into the desert, to the coast to see some wild animals. I do
Yes.
everything. So I am your go-to person for everything.
Zelma, it was a pleasure talking to
It
you.
was a pleasure talking.
And we look forward to getting an investor as soon as possible.
Yes.
Thank you so much for your time.
It was a pleasure.
All right. And for Unique to Africa, we are asking you, Africa is open, Africa is virgin, Africa is very fertile. We welcome you to come to Windhoek. This is our last day in Windhoek. We will be making our way to Swakopmund, which is another city in Namibia. We will be bringing you more interesting opportunities, more investment opportunities, and more business ideas and places where you can invest. Please subscribe to our channel, like, share them, make sure it touches every corner of the earth, especially Africa. For Unique to Africa, we out.